Coming up today, the band has stepped up.
Downtown McKinney is spreading the love.
And a student says yes to the dress.
All this and more starting right now on NTV.
Good morning, McKinney North High School. I'm Ryan Hine.
And I'm Ellie Norris.
McKinney North Band has made history by earning a spot in the state marching band competition. Matthew Abels has more.
The McKinney North.
Never in the history of McKinney ISD has a marching band made it to the UIL State Championships. Until now, sophomore Robin Hines says that the moment they were announced as state finalists was incredibly satisfying.
It was stressful, but it was also really, really exciting because we were so happy that we made it to area. We worked so hard, and it was just really gratifying to see our hard work pay off.
Senior Kyle Kong says the 165 band members had an idea of what needed to be done to finally make it to this point.
This year it was different because we were so close 2 years ago, and we knew that since we were so close, if we just worked harder, then we would be able to make it.
The McKinney North and the McKinney High School bands were among 31 state qualifiers who moved past the UIL area marching contest. Although the two schools have a big rivalry in sports, the same could not be said for the bands going into this competition.
We're both just glad that we're going as a band to be participating this year, and even though we are competing against them, we think of it more as like friendly competition, and we will still support them in whatever placement they get, and we hope the same for us.
Though the band didn't make it to the finals of the state competition, they placed 16th overall. Kyle says they shouldn't be disappointed in their performance.
I'm already proud of the band. Just the fact that we made state and we're the first band to ever break that barrier. I'm just so incredibly proud of the band and the program in general of just being able to make it this far.
This has been Matthew Abels for NTV.
A nonprofit organization called Hugs Cafe has opened in downtown McKinney. Rachel Jones has more.
The mission of Hugs is to employ people with special needs. President Ruth Thompson says her dreams for Hugs began 3 years earlier at a Market Street.
To start with, I used to teach cooking classes to adults with special needs. I used to teach them the life skill of being in the kitchen.
Ms. Thompson has taught her staff how to run the restaurant in a unique way.
Every job that can be done in a restaurant, we try to accommodate that job so that our adults with special needs can do it.
Hugs Cafe hopes that their restaurant will provide a positive impact on their teammates' lives.
Number one, we'll change the lives of our teammates. We'll give them a reason to come to work in the morning. We'll give them a reason to get up in the morning.
McKinney citizen Suzanne Bolick believes in Hugs' mission.
I think Hugs Cafe is fantastic. I think it is awesome that they provide an opportunity for people who have disabilities to train and have the opportunity to find some sort of employment.
Teammates at Hugs are excited to be contributing members of society and learn new things.
Because it's for opportunity for people with disabilities, and I'm happy to help.
It made my life a lot more easier and a lot more outgoing.
Well, it makes me happy.
If you would like to check out Hugs Cafe for yourself, you can visit it in downtown McKinney. This has been Rachel Jones for NTV.
When teenagers are looking to land their first job, they usually apply to fast food restaurants, big box retailers, or grocery stores. One student looked elsewhere. Becca Schneider has the story.
Junior Grace Annich took her first steps into the workforce with a set of unique responsibilities.
My job is I'm a runner or a consultant assistant, which means that I help the consultant with the appointments. I carry dresses up and down the stairs. I get whatever the consultant needs. I'm basically their assistant. I help them.
Grace explains that her job began quickly and lacked the traditional application process.
How I got my job was my best friend Ashley already worked here, and so one day when I came in to ask for an application, they were like, well, we already know you, and so they just asked me to work Saturday. So I came in Saturday, and they just put me straight to work.
Grace says that the atmosphere of her working environment contributes greatly to her enjoyment of the job.
What I like about my job is that everyone is always super happy, and we're a big Leanne's family. Like, it's a family business, and so you feel like you're a part of the family, even though we're really not. And everyone that comes in here is always super happy, so there's no reason to be sad when you come into work.
This has been Becca Schneider for NTV.
Now here's Seth Verge with sports.
Thanks, Ellie. As you all know, after today's send-off, the cross-country team is state-bound.
The boys' team tied for second, while the girls' team got fourth, earning them a spot in the state meet, taking place tomorrow in Round Rock.
Meanwhile, the varsity football team is fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive. After a big win over Sherman, they now have a record of 6-3 in district play. A win tonight against Wiley gives them a chance at making the playoff. Kickoff is set at 7:30 in Wiley. While some teams are wrapping up their seasons, the Bulldogs basketball teams are ramping up for theirs. The Lady Bulldogs don't start district play until December 18th, but they will be scrimmaging against Skyline November 16th at 7:30 p.m. Practice is also underway for the boys teams. Their first scrimmage is at home next Saturday against Frisco Heritage. Now that's all for sports. Back to you.
Ellie, are you planning on voting in 2016?
Yeah, but I don't really know much about the election.
Well, we tested the knowledge of McKinney North students to see what they know about politics.
Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Trump, Carly Fiorina, Marco Rubio, Rand Paul, Ted Cruz. That's what I get.
Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders. That's all I know.
Trump, Cruz, Clinton, Carson,
Ben Carson, and Martin O'Malley.
Bernie Sanders, Martin O'Malley, Hillary Clinton, Jim Webb, Ben Carson, Chris Christie, Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz. I'm trying to think. I know there are a lot more, but that's about all I can do right now.
I think it's funny. Everybody hates him, but I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Donald, sit down.
He's rich and knows how to run things, so he's going to run this country pretty good.
I think it's a bad idea. I definitely saw America going to this, but I think it's a very bad idea.
I think, at first I thought it was a joke, but now that he's like really serious about it, I think it's a bad idea.
I think it's good in some ways because he's kind of shaking up the idea that presidents have to be funded by large companies. He's like a self-funded guy, and so that means that he can kind of say whatever he wants, but he is kind of reckless.
I think the economy might get better, but some of his policies aren't the brightest.
I think that's kind of sad. That's like your civil duty is to vote for president.
I think we should encourage people to vote if they think that, well, if they're well informed. But I feel like all votes kind of matter, so I would encourage people to vote.
I don't think that's very smart. Like, if you want to change the country, vote, and then you get to help decide the future for yourself.
If I could vote, I'd probably vote for Rand Paul, just because I'm a libertarian.
Bernie Sanders, because a vote for Bernie is a vote for a better future.
Whoa, alright, like I said, Donald Trump, because he's good at running companies and he's going to be able to run this country.
That's all we have for you today.
For more news and sports information, follow us on Twitter at MNHS NTV.
Thanks for watching.
And have a great weekend, Bulldogs.